Oh my god, I feel terrible. I'm telling you this from experience. Channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Victoria and I make college, lifestyle, and travel content here on YouTube. And today I actually want to talk about some advice that I wish I had kind of gotten as a college freshman. I am now a senior, which is crazy to think about. But I am a senior at Emerson College. I am a double major. I'm looking to kind of go into the political field or go into digital communications, things like that. And I've made a couple videos about that as well and kind of my career journey. So I'll be linking those throughout. But I wanted to talk specifically about things that I wish I knew as a freshman. And some of these are going to be like practical advice, like things to get, things to make sure that you're doing, and some of them are going to be a little bit more like heart-to-heart kind of advice, just about being away from family and making friends and things like that. So let's get started. I think one of the first pieces of advice that I can give is to know that friendships change and not all friendships are forever, and you know, the people that you meet your orientation week might not be your friends for the rest of your time at college, or maybe they will be. But I think a lot of people tell you that, you know, the friends you make in college are going to be the best friends of your life, and people put a lot of weight on that, and a lot of people say, oh, well, like, you're not going to be friends from your friends in high school once you go to college. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I've actually had kind of the opposite experience where I have a lot of really strong relationships from my time in high school, and I have also strong relationships from my time in college, but also while I've been in college, a lot of my relationships have shifted and I've grown apart from people, and like, I think that there's a lot of pressure put on your friendships in college, and that these are supposed to be the best friends that you ever make. And I would just advise you to kind of lean back on that pressure and to really be attentive to who you're building relationships with and be open to everybody. Really do your best to be kind and be listening to people and really be open to making new friendships, but also don't sweat it if you're in college and you're a little bit more reserved and maybe aren't the most popular person around or have all of these friends, you know. Just don't sweat it because that's something that I definitely went through, was feeling like, oh, well, like, what am I doing wrong? You know, I'm not building super strong relationships with everyone that I come across in college, and that's not something to freak out about, you know. I think just don't overthink it, let it happen naturally, and don't let all of this outside pressure and all of these things that other people think is supposed to happen in college get to you. I'll switch to kind of something a little bit more practical, but please, please, please feed yourself. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the freshman 15, which, like, I mean, I don't think that that's like a good stereotype. I think in my experience, and this is also because at Emerson there's a really big culture of, you know, you have to be side hustling all the time, and we're a really creative campus. If you don't know, Emerson is an arts and communication school. So there's a lot of people that are just constantly on all these creative projects, or that are working a million jobs and all. I'm one of those people that works a lot. And I think it's really easy when you're on your own and you don't have someone that's cooking for you. It's hard sometimes to make that time to go to the dining hall and sit down and have a meal. And then you also, you know, you're a broke college kid, so you don't want to go and like be picking up takeout every day because that eats into your wallet. And I know for me, my time in college, a lot of times I have noticed that I just forget to eat, or I'm busy running to class and I don't have time to pick up food, and it really is detrimental to your health. And if you're not taking care of yourself, and if you're not taking care of your body, you're gonna come back home after your freshman year and be like, oh my god, I feel terrible. I'm telling you this from experience. So please, 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 even if you have to spend, $5 here and there, pick up a sandwich. Like, make sure you're eating. And one of the biggest hacks that I can give for this is to actually bring your own Tupperware into the dining hall. Sneaky, sneaky, you're technically not supposed to do that. But for me, I went to the grocery store and I got like the glass, like the Pyrex ones. And I know it's really popular now. You can get the ones with like the wooden tops from Amazon and stuff that look really cute. But that was a lifesaver for me, especially my sophomore year of college when I got my first internship. I talk about this in another video, but I worked on a political campaign and we were working just like crazy hours. I'd go to the dining hall with like 3 things of Tupperware like hidden in my purse. And I would grab, lunch for that day, and then I would maybe grab like dinner. And you just have to be a little bit sneaky. If you bring them in your bag, no one will know. This might be a little different on some campuses now because of COVID, but at least when I was eating on campus, there was a self-serve like salad bar and pasta bar. So that was where I would get some of this food to put in my Tupperwares. I would sometimes get like pasta and sauce and then put like veggies on top. And if you like microwave that, it like makes a good meal. So yeah, or ask for things on a plate and then just transfer them to a Tupperware once you're at your table. Such a simple thing, but also such a life hack. I would not have survived college without bringing my own Tupperware to the dining hall. The next thing that I can say is major in something that you're passionate about, even if people tell you that you're not going to make money. So I decided to double major English and political communication. When I told people that I wanted to go to school for writing and politics, they thought I was crazy. They're like, why don't you just major in journalism? Journalism is a much more stable career. It's like, because I don't want to, because that's not the kind of writing that I want to do. I have mad respect for journalists. Like, I can't even tell you how much respect I have for journalists. But for me, I knew that that wasn't the right path for me. I knew that I wanted this very specific, very niche combination of learning. And for me, it has made the world of difference. Like, if I hadn't gotten these 2 very niche majors and put them together, I wouldn't know as much about, language and critical thinking and all of these different things that have helped my career. And I also get it all the time during job interviews where people are like, oh wow, like that's such an interesting combination. Like, how did that come about? Or, how do you think that that's helped your ability to learn and ability to solve problems and things like that? So it has just been so valuable for me. And especially like before you leave for college and once you start telling people what you're going to major in, they'll be like, oh, like, do you really want to do that? Well, you're not going to make any money. Do it, please. Just major in something that you love, because I cannot tell you how good it feels to be working your dream job at 21. If you truly major in something that you love, you put your all into it, you start looking for internships early, you start looking for work opportunities early, you will find your dream job in your 20s. That has been my experience. I can very honestly say that I am 21 years old working my dream job. So please just major in something that you are passionate about. Don't listen to people that tell you you aren't going to make money. But you don't want to spend all of this time and all of this money getting a degree that you're not interested in. Also know that it's okay to switch majors. If you're a year in and realize, this isn't necessarily right for me. I personally didn't switch majors, but my sister did. A lot of people that I know did, and same kind of thing. They say that made the world of a difference for them. And once they did switch majors, they were so much more motivated and so much more excited to study. And again, say that it has helped their career a ton. So don't be afraid to go for what you really want, even if that means going against the conventional advice, or even if that means changing your major. I believe this is my 4th piece of advice. I would say try to look for work opportunities as early as you can. A lot of places do on-campus work, and sometimes that means that you're going to end up doing like receptionist work, or you're going to end up, working like a tap desk or things like that. But for me, I actually got really lucky that my first on-campus job was our career services office, and they were the ones that actually opened up my eyes to all of the internship and work opportunities that were out there for me. And now when I say that I'm getting to work my dream job, it is actually through my university, and it's through our work study program. So reach out to those people, reach out to professors that you have a good relationship with, or that you feel like you might have a good relationship with, or professors that are working in the field that you want to work in, and ask them for help. Ask them how they got to where they are. Ask them if they know anyone that potentially would want to hire someone young and excited. Ask them if you can TA for them. Obviously, these are things that kind of happen a little bit more down the way, but that can happen your freshman year. My freshman year, I reached out to one of my professors and was like, hey, I know you've worked in politics. This is a thing that I am interested in. What do you recommend that I do? And so she recommended me a whole bunch of different internships to apply to. She looked over all of my application materials. Like, she connected me to all these different people. And because of this conversation that I had with this professor, because I was willing to put myself out there and ask for help from someone that I thought was experienced in the industry, then I landed a wonderful internship that put me on a path to now be working my dream job. I talk about some of these things as well in my How to Land Your Dream internship video, so I'll link that. Looking for work opportunities and internship opportunities early on is so valuable, because you start to build up your resume towards the beginning, and so then it's not like you hit your junior year of college or your senior year of college and you don't have any work experience, or you maybe only have one internship. It just really can open a lot of doors for you. Also, because you start building relationships with your supervisors, and then they start referring you to other people. So this is something that I am very glad that I did, was get an internship my spring semester of my freshman year, because it just really opened a lot of doors for me and made me realize what it is that I wanted to do, and made me kind of focus in on the skills that I would need to continue in my field of work. Another piece of advice, and I know everyone says this, but it really is helpful, is to get out there and get involved. So I am part of our college's dance company, and I can say that like the vast majority of my friends are from that dance company. And for people that are in sororities, they say the same thing, or different things like that for people that are in like film orgs and things like that on our campus. And it sounds super cheesy, but I especially saw this a lot in people that I knew freshman year that like made no effort to even like leave their dorms, and were just really not making an effort to meet anyone new, and by the end of first semester were like, I'm miserable, I hate it here, I want to transfer. Which, like, again, transferring schools is not a bad thing. Changing your mind about what you want to do and where you want to go is not a bad thing. Transferring schools because you never gave the first school a chance, because you never made the effort to get out there and meet new people and get involved in things that you're passionate about, is a different story. Try to make those friends and try to make those relationships, and just put yourself out there, because it can be hard being away from home, and it can be hard feeling like, especially if you're going to school really far away from your hometown, to feel like you were just starting completely over and you have absolutely no friends. I moved from Texas to Boston, so that was like a complete cross-country move. I didn't know a single soul. So for me, it was really valuable. For, I believe it was actually my first week on campus, I was just like, I'm showing up to these dance auditions, and now a ton of my like best friends are from my dance company. So highly recommend that you join some clubs and get out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any other questions, if you have anything else that you want advice on. I'd love to do more college videos, since I know it is kind of getting back to school season, and this school year is super unprecedented. If you guys want anything Emerson specific, I know it's kind of a smaller school and not a lot of people do Emerson videos. If you want anything specific to like going to art school. So yeah, please let me know if you have any other questions, if you have any video requests, and thank you so much for watching.